Pepper says, are you ready to start cleaning out some of these kitchen cabinets? I know I am. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. For today, we are back in this kitchen, continuing our spring cleaning series. Now, we've made a lot of progress in this kitchen, going through all the surfaces over here, the cabinets, the top of the fridge, the freezer, and the fridge. Because even though when you walk into the kitchen, it looks really good, but you can fit a lot of stuff in the cabinets and forget what's in there. So now we are officially in the cabinets, starting in this area where Pepper's corner is, where the oven is. We're going to go through every cabinet one by one, how we can declutter and reorganize this space. Now let me give you a quick update from last week, the leak and condensation from the fridge. Now that was actually just regular condensation, and there's no tray underneath the refrigerator. The only tray is in the back. So we had to move this out of the way so hubby could pull the fridge out. And when I looked underneath, I couldn't believe how much dirt and debris got under there. I mean, I can believe it. I don't remember the last time we gave this a good sweeping and cleaning. So I took the time to make sure that we got everything up so that when we put the piece back, it would be clean. Now, this is the padding. This is the padding that's underneath of the fridge, and we're going to see how it works. Now, he also tried to do the trimming while the fridge was out, but I think we need new trimming, so we'll have to buy some so that way we can completely finish this little project. Now, let's move on to Pepper's corner, and I think I'm going to start with this cabinet right up here first because it's the most messiest and unorganized cabinet that I have in the kitchen. We're going to start with the bottom, start pulling everything out, and then we're going to lay it all out on this tabletop. Now, everything you're going to see in this cabinet is going to be 17 years worth of party plates, napkins, silverware, cups, all that kind of stuff, because you know your girl loves to celebrate every holiday and especially a birthday. I made sure that every birthday in this house is very special with lots of decorations in the home and having all a birthday theme, and it's just what was very important. Now, laying it all out on the table, this is just the first shelf. So I am feeling a little overwhelmed. So I think it's best to start organizing what we already have. So I think it's best to start sorting through categories. We're going to put the plates together with the plates, the napkins with the napkins, and just start creating these piles so that I can start to see how much of every category we have, because clearly, we have a hoard of plates and napkins and so much stuff. And I can definitely proclaim that for the rest of 2025, we will not be buying any more paper plates, paper napkins, nada. We have to use up what we have first because we have an overflow of it. Now, here we go. Loose categories. That way we can start pulling out everything from the second shelf. Now, the second shelf looks like it's going to be more of the silverware because there's even empty boxes of silverware in here. Now, of course, this kind of cutlery and stuff I only use for holidays and also birthdays for quick cleanups. The rest of the year, I'm using our regular plates, our regular silverware, and washing them regularly. And let me tell you, nothing's going to stop Pepper from getting to her lunch. This little chunky girl doesn't care if there's a tripod in her way. She is going to eat. All right, so this was mostly silverware and stuff like that. So I'm putting all of the plastic silverware
together. I'm getting rid of any loose tossies. These plates, I haven't used this in probably a decade, so we're going to give them away. Now, I've had this since the late 2000s, my little silverware and napkin organizer, so I'm going to give it a really good clean. Now, the cups, there's not a whole lot of them, so we'll just keep them all together. And this is empty, tossy, more napkins. Oh my goodness. And of course, we have the full gallon Ziploc bag of silverware. Again, we are not buying any plastic plateware for the rest of 2025. And lastly is this top shelf, which is all napkins. It's an entire napkin hoard, and I do feel a little guilty because there's even some holiday napkins up here that I had recently rebought because I didn't look at the top shelf to see if there was any up there, but that's okay. But I will admit that I am feeling overwhelmed. I am feeling a little stressed out that I have so many napkins and not even realizing it. So what I'm going to do is, with emotional declutter, I'm going to give myself kindness and self-compassion. You didn't realize how much I had. It's a lot, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to sort it, to organize it. Is there any I can actually give away? But the whole time, my emotions were just up and down, and I was struggling to focus. So I gave myself emotional safety, which means I honored the emotions that I had, and then I realized I needed to take a break. And by taking a break wasn't stopping this video. It was by cleaning out the shelves. This doesn't take thinking. All I have to do is wipe down the shelves. All I have to do is clear out a space. Wash some dishes. This kind of gave me a chance to be able to still be productive in doing something, but just taking a little breather, letting those emotions run their course and releasing it by cleaning things. And yes, I even took a little side quest because when I saw these cups, there's not a whole lot of them, and I thought, oh, my spider plants have a lot of babies that are ready to start rooting. So I got those shears, I cut it right at the runner. That way I can start to put them into the cups, cut them at the bottom, and start to root them. That way I'm going to take the babies and put them on my Facebook Townsgiving page because that's where I originally got these plants. But of course, I need them to root first. And what I did is just put a little bit of water at the bottom of the cups. Of course, put the bottom into the water, and in about 7 to 10 days, these babies should have some roots and ready to find a new home. And doing my little side quest did help because energetically it helped me release that energy that was in myself, and now I feel ready to put the stuff back into the cabinet. Now, of course, this bottom shelf, I'm going to keep it as plates, so I'm just going to put the plates right here. I'm also going to put the bowls and the little hot dog holders. Anything that is used as a container to hold food is going to go into this bottom shelf. Now, I also wanted to get all the toothpicks and put them into the containers. Now, this whole box is not going to fit into just one container, so I do have to divide it up, which is fine. As long as it's organized, as long as it's contained, it's okay. And I know that the goal for this video for me was that this is part of a no spend. I'm not buying any organizers. I'm just decluttering, organizing, using everything that we have. And this 20-year-old silverware organizer from Target is nice and clean. So let's start on the second shelf. Now, that's going to be all plastic silverware. And clearly I have so much of that too. So I'm just going to condense all these bags into the big Ziploc bag because I always use gallon Ziploc bags for organizing, even when I was well into my hoarding. I guess it's just part of being the bag lady, but I digress. I still like to organize like that. So that's what we're doing. We're kind of condensing everything down so that I can fit it into the shelf. And that's what this space is going to be designated for. The second shelf is going to be, of course, plastic silverware, the organizers, and also cups. Any form of plastic cups, they're going to be stored in here all together. And now I was feeling a lot more confident to go ahead and go through the hoard of napkins. Now, I was trying to separate it into categories. Like, this is Easter, and I keep Easter napkins in the Easter bin downstairs, so I separate that out. This bag right here looks like a holiday one, like 4th of July and New Year's Eve, but I saw that there was Christmas in here. Christmas napkins and plate are put into the Christmas bin, so we're separating that out. And that's kind of what I was doing. I was definitely loosely trying to organize all of the napkins into a holiday bin, then into a boy's birthday napkins, and just create these loose categories. Now, clearly, I do not have to buy paper napkins for hopefully like the rest of my life, or at least the next couple of years, like to the end of this decade. And now it's all separated and it looks nice. We have Christmas, we have Easter, of course. We got to be using gallon, Ziploc, or hefty bags here, but it makes it easy for me. And I think it's because I can see what's in it. And now we can put it back into the top shelf, organizing it, seeing it, and my goodness, does that look so much better. And now this cabinet is finally done. We cleared it out. We organized it, only using things that we already had, no fancy containers or anything. And I love how it came out. I wasn't ready for it to take me this long, but that's okay. We did it. But now it's time to move on to Peppy's Corner. Now, this is a surface area, and this is considered an action surface area. I call it an action because it's used every day. And right now we're just focusing on taking everything off of this countertop so that we can see what we have, see what Pepper doesn't eat anymore, wipe it down so that it looks good. Now, these were Pepper's favorite treats in the whole wide world, the Rachel Ray Wheelies. And for some reason, I can't find them in the stores anymore. I really hope she didn't discontinue them. But we've been trying different treats for her. But she doesn't like them. Like, we tried this for Christmas. She don't like it. This is a little big for her. She don't like it. Same with this. She ain't a fan of it. So I decided these 3 treat bags we're going to post on our Facebook Townsgiving page. And maybe another little chunky kitty will love to have them as some treats. And sure enough, someone said they were interested because she said her kitties eat everything. And they're coming to pick up the treats today, so I'm happy for them. So I'm going to take the stuff out of these little containers where I keep her wet food and treats and just give it a good scrub down. I'm also going to take off the little decor of Pepper's Corner and wipe down this surface area. All I'm using is a wet rag and some water, nothing crazy with chemicals or anything, just giving it a good wipe down. And since Miss Pepper has pretty much been snoozing this whole episode, it's the perfect time to clean up her little dining area. Just picking up her bowls, her water bowl, her mat, cleaning up the floor, giving it a good spring cleaning, a little scrubbing for her while that little lazy girl snoozes away. And in case anyone is a little worried about Miss Pepper's chunkiness, the vet did say she's just a little overweight in the sense that, like, she's 13 pounds, could stand to lose a pound or 2, and just to make her a little more active, of course, cut down a little on the treats. So we'll work on that as we grab her licky sticks from her Easter basket gifts so that we could start to organize and put everything back. I'm not too worried about it, but we have been playing with her a lot more. And yes, I did used to spoil her with food. But overall, the vet did say that Miss Peppy is in very good health. So with that, we are just putting back the treats, the wet food cans back in the containers now that they're all nice and cleaned up. We're also putting the decor back, the dry food back, so that Peppy's Corner is nice and tidy. Now let's move on to the drawer. And honestly, This drawer has been kept pretty neat and organized for a long time. There's not really anything I need to change about it other than moving these rechargeable batteries like into the little battery organizer. I guess because this isn't really a high traffic drawer, we only go in here for batteries or if we need something that's in here. It's probably stayed organized for so long because it already has containers in it and organizers, and you can clearly see everything. And I love this battery organizer so much. It has helped us keep the batteries organized, and I just love this piece. So this drawer, she looks good. Now let's move to the cabinet underneath that, and that would be considered our alcohol cabinet. Me and hubby, we're not the biggest drinkers, let's be real. But if we do have people over, it is nice to serve drinks to them. Now this doesn't belong in here. This was like a thank you gift for like a baby shower. It's cute, but we gotta let that go. Salt and pepper shakers, they don't belong in here. Neither does this honey. Now this tray, I don't need this tray. We used it for like a pepper cake and she didn't like it. So the tray, we can totally let that go. And right now I'm just gonna start taking the alcohol out of here so I can see what's sitting behind it. And what's behind it is some random bowls, also some Corningware, actually really good kitchen stuff, but it's hidden behind here and that's not really easily accessible, but we're taking it all out so we can clean it out. And on the top shelf, it's more little alcohol stuff, things that was given to us over the years, mixers, things to actually mix drinks with, little shot glasses, and this I use once a year for Thanksgiving. Now, everything in this little alcohol container, it's fine. The liquor's fine, all the cups and all the accessories, there's nothing wrong with it. I just want a bigger container for it. And if you remember a few months ago when we were cleaning out the third bathroom, there was a horde of containers in there, and guess what? This one's bigger. I just love when I can shop my hoarded stash. So let's give her a really good wipe down the top shelf, the bottom shelf, so we can figure out what we're going to do next. And of course, I started with the obvious because that's the easiest, putting the Thanksgiving container back in its spot because I know where it's at. Also putting all the little alcoholic stuff like the things for making a drink, the shaker, the wine opener, the little alcohols, all in that container. I love that everything fits in this little container that we already had. Now, this was the basket container that was holding the big bottles. I gave it a good little rinsing. That way it'll be nice and clean when we put it back into the cabinet. And all I'm doing is just sliding it in and putting all of the big alcohol bottles back in its place. This is the perfect container for it. And now this little alcohol cabinet is all reset. I love how everything fits in their containers. I love that we use stuff that we already have and it looks good. Now, you're probably wondering, what about that space behind there? What about the baking dishes and the Corningware? Well, I temporarily put it over here, kind of putting a pin in it, because next week we're going to go into this cabinet. And this is where a lot of those baking dishes and categories are. So I want to be able to declutter all that, see what we can let go of, and then rearrange and organize these cabinets. Now, I didn't want to end this video with the Easter towels still up, especially since Easter was like 2 weeks ago. So we're going to take them off, give them a good washing, and of course, put the spring ones on. That way we are in season and make it look so much nicer. And now Pepper's corner looks fabulous. Her little dining area is nice and clean. Her countertop is reset. It's looking good, but what really looks good and that I'm proud of is literally the paper party supply cabinets, because wow, that was a lot, and that took a lot of time. It took me so much longer than I thought, but that's okay. Because it looks amazing, I'm proud of it, and I love how it looks. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let something go in your home today too.